Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Look, man, I'm not trying to hate, but look, it is what it is. I've been hearing a lot of videos about this Joker. And to me, I just don't see how they can put this guy among the great top centers of all time. And look, I put up this image just to show and prove that I can't put Joker with these guys. And look, I know Tim Duncan's not a center, but he really is a center. He played a lot of center position, and that's why he got so many blocks a game. So let's don't act like Tim Duncan isn't a center, because there's no forward out there that was getting all these blocks like Tim Duncan. Or no power forward. Before we get into this, let me check out Moses Malone and see what he did. Oh man, I don't know why I hit this. I want to check out what he did, because we're looking at the first 9 seasons. Because that's, so he played 75. So 85. So we'll be what, 84. She was an NBA champion, 3-time MVP. Did I say 74? Yeah, 74. So we'll just skip Moses Malone. Although I do think Moses overall is a better center, but look, I just don't see how a dominant center doesn't play defense. I want to see Joker's blocks. This guy hasn't made one All-NBA defensive second team. I mean, I want to look at something real quick before we get into this. I want to look at this guy's blocks. So I'm not wrong, so you guys don't be like, oh man, this and that and that and this. No, this guy ain't never averaged 1 block a game in his entire career. He came into the league 2015-16 and averaged 0.6 blocks. The next year, then 0.8, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, 0.7, 0.9. Damn near close. 0.9, 0.7, 0.7. I mean, he has given you a steal a game. I mean, but that's not really saying too much in this era. When we talk about steals in this era, man, everything is like really spread out. So, say like in the 80s and 90s, everything was like real congested. So you had to be like real tight with your bag, you know what I'm saying? Because you're closer to people, right? So anybody could get that pass like it ain't nothing. Everything here is spread out, which to me is easier to get steals because you're throwing the ball further away. And these guys today are really clumsy with the damn ball. A lot of turnovers, a lot of steals are made off of, these guys making clumsy ass turnovers. So let's get into this. Look, I'm not trying to disrespect Joker, but I just don't think he's top 10. I think in his era, he's the greatest player and the greatest center of all time. Okay, in the 2020s. But come on, man. This guy came into the league in 2015 and nobody ever heard of this guy. Right? Came in, gave you 10 next season. Well, came in 2015-16, gave you 10 points. Yeah, he gave you 10 points the next season, 16, next season, 18. And then 2019 is when he finally got up to 20 points. And then 2020, 19 points per game. And since 2020, since 21, this guy has just exploded as far as points, right? When we get into the real meat of the 2020s, from 2021 season, this guy goes from 19 points per game, which was a year before in 2020, to in 2021, averaging 26 points per game. And then the next season, 27. Then he drops down the next season in 23 to 24. And then he's back up to 26 points per game last season. Man, you a hater. I'm just saying, man. So for one, when he first came in, until 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 seasons, he basically did nothing. From 2015 season all the way into the 2017 season. Have you really ever heard of this guy? I mean, let me see something real quick. His three-point shooting is just crazy. It's like off and then it's on. I mean, I'm talking about like it's below average. I'm talking about for his career. When you look at his three-point shooting, it's like, okay, 1 year, 2018, he shot 39%. The next season, he shoots 30%. Next season, he shoots 31%. The next season, he shoots 38%. Next season, he shoots 33%. Next season, he shoots 38%. So it's like, what the hell? And let me see. Field goal percentage has always been pretty good. So let's get into the meat of this thing, like I was talking about. So this is the first 9 seasons. And I didn't get to even put all the centers up here that I wanted to put up here. But it is what it is. The first 9 seasons, to me, Tim Duncan's a center, bro. He plays center after David Robinson left. So many times this guy's a center. You say what you want to say. These guys, I think they kind of like get in these positions so they can be the greatest of all time in that position instead of playing their real position. You take like LeBron James. You really think this guy is a small forward? Come on. No damn way. No, how could he be small? No. Even in size, like height, maybe you could say like, Charles Barkley. He's too small in height to be a power forward. I just don't know what these guys are thinking. So to me, I think he's just saying he's a power forward. I mean, a small forward, because he don't want to be in that power forward position because there's so many greats up in there, LeBron James. And I think the same thing with Tim Duncan. He don't want to be classified as a center because, man, look who you're going up against. So the first 9 seasons for Joker, NBA champion. And it's funny because we act like this guy done won 5 NBA championships, right? His first NBA championship, right? He got that. Boom, bam, bam. Last year, this guy was supposed to win the NBA championship. And I know Murray didn't come through, but hell, Murray came through a lot. He hit 2 game-winning shots to win the damn series. Where is Joker hitting the game-winning shots? Okay? He was injured. To me, look, it was Jamal Murray, but he was hurt. But it was not Aaron Gordon. Who was this guy's name? Oh goodness. It was Porter. This guy was shot a damn brick fest, and nobody says nothing about this guy. This guy's got this big ass contract. So anyway, champion, NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, 3 times MVP. Look, you can't even imagine what these guys had to do the first 9 years, and some of them don't even have them MVP. It's crazy. 6-time All-Star. What we got? 4-time All-NBA first team. Rookie, first team. Okay. Tim Duncan, 3-time champion, 3 times finals MVP. Let me see, 2-time MVP, 8-time All-Star. He was a co-MVP of the All-Star game. 8-time All-NBA first team, 6-time defensive first team. No, my fault. All-NBA, first team. 6-time defensive first team. Rookie of the year. Hakeem, 8-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA first team. Defensive player of the year. 4-time defensive first team. Rookie first team. 2-time rebound leader. 3 times block leader. Wow. Who is it? Oh, Kareem. 1-time NBA champion. 1-time finals MVP. 5-time MVP. 8-time All-Star. 2-time defensive first team. I think the All-NBA. No, it's on here. 2-time defensive first team. Rookie first team. 6-time All-NBA first team. Rookie of the year. 1-time rebound leader. 1-time blocks leader. 2-time scoring champion. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Boy, y'all sleep on Kareem like y'all having a wet dream. Wow. What else this guy got to do? Bill Russell, 8-time champion, 5-time MVP, 9-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA first team, 4-time rebound leader. And we can bet if it was around 9, no, I won't say 9 because we got Wilt over here, but it would be, I don't know how many years he was in the league with Wilt. I think, was he in the league 3 years before Wilt came, right? 2 or 3? So they probably would have split these defensive teams. I don't know. Maybe he would have 4 first, but he definitely would have been on the second. So for Wilt, 4-time MVP. Let me give it to you one more time. 4-time MVP. 4-time MVP. Going against some great competition back then. He wasn't going against some of these guys are like the superstars in this league are older now, right? Once Jokic start winning his MVP, these guys pretty much older, right? Talk about your Durants, you talking about your LeBrons, you talking about your Westbrooks, you talking about your Hardens, your Kawhi Leonards. These type of guys are already older. Bill Russell was not older. Will came into the league and Russell was there for a few years. And then you got Oscar Robertson. He wasn't old. The Jerry West. I mean, what are we talking about? 9-time All-Star, All-Star Game MVP, 7-time All-NBA first team, 7-time scoring champ, 8-time rebound leader, and that's going against Bill Russell. It's going against Bill Russell, who they say is the greatest rebound leader. I mean, the greatest rebounder of all time. 1-time assist champion, and what the hell is this? Oh, I think one time he won the NBA championship. Okay. So look, I cannot put Joker in front of none of these guys. Never, ever, ever, ever he's not in front of these guys. He's just not. He's just not. As far as centers, he's just not. And when I look at these other guys, like the Dikembe Mutombos, the Shaqs, the Alonzo Mournings, the Ewings, all these guys, along with Hakeem, these guys had to battle each other in the 1990s. Along with the Lottie Divacs and the, who was that, Cycles. These type of centers had to battle each other. You could put in the I'm not trying to say they're great centers, but the Will Purdue's, the Luke Longley's, the Bill Winningtons. Who else? David Robinson's not even on here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to put David Robinson on here. It was a defensive player of the year, rebound leaders, the defensive first team consistently. I just can't even imagine, like, you put Joker in the 90s. I'm talking about he would be refilling the Gatorade bottles, the cooler. There's no way. Look, at most, he would be a Rick Smits, And Rick Smith could knock down the mid-range like it was nothing. Bam, bam, boom, bam, bam. And you couldn't push Rick Smith around. I just never seen nobody pushing Rick Smith around. Still was huge. He would be a Bill Winnington or Will Purdue or something like that. Look, what you guys don't understand, and there's not enough space for Joker to be operating and doing whatever he wants in the 90s. There's not that kind of space. You guys don't understand. You don't. And for this guy to operate the way he does, and you put him in the, they will be ripping his pocket. Hey, go rip this dude. Because we're not looking at, I don't know, man. I just never seen any center that has that kind of freedom just to dribble like they want, like he wants. They just let this guy dribble like he wants. And it's not like a great tight handle or juking people or nothing like that. It's just like, okay, he got the ball. What's he going to do with it? Nobody goes after this guy. Nobody tries to trap this guy. It's just like, you know, it's kind of like the LeBron effect. He really don't have good handles. It's just that people let him dribble up and down the damn court. And if you try to go towards him, he's going to put a stiff arm on you. So, look, again, what I said from the beginning, I said Joker is the GOAT of this 2020s. But it just exposes this era. It doesn't make this era great or better than the 90s, better than the 80s. It's looking horrible. That a center who plays no defense is the GOAT of this era. They have spread out the floor so this guy can dribble, so LeBron can drive to the hole with a stiff arm. So these three-point shooters, they don't really have to play no defense. You're not really playing no defense. You're just running to a guy that's shooting a three-point shot. That's it. Ain't really playing no defense. And you can get your back to the basket as a center, like Joker, with no resistance, really. Because there's no great centers in this era. And there's nobody really to come and help him out because all the guys are sitting at the three-point line. There's no power forward or no small forward to help this guy out. Or to help the defender that's on Joker. I'm just saying, man. Look, I mean, for what these guys, when you look at what they had to do to get their MVPs versus what Joker had to do to get his MVP. Now, if you told me, you was like, hey, man, this guy's got like 2 assist titles. And this guy's got like 2 scoring titles. I'd be like, okay. And he got some defensive players of the year. Right? Or he's got, you know, defensive team. So he's a solid defensive center. Because I could take Tim Duncan, I could be like, well, he don't have any statistical titles, right? But my man is still on these defensive teams. He should, look, man, it shouldn't be hard. I mean, what are we talking about? It should not be hard to make a defensive team. Not in this era. And we went over this the other day, yesterday, right? From 2015 until now, in 2020, these names are not on a defensive team, whether it's the first team or second team. Who was it? Let me see. I want to make sure I got the names right. And it's really it's too many of these guys to not, you know, back in the day, we could be like, well, you know, you could go to the 90s and you could maybe point out people and say, well, I don't see a Charles Barkley. Maybe I don't see a Clyde Drexler, something like that. But it's too many of these guys. It's too many of these guys. And you can even point to the 90s. It's only 2 teams. And we're looking at superstars that's dominating the first team and a lot of times the second team or certain second team positions. And that's why, you know, maybe Clyde Drexler didn't get on there, Charles Barkley. But that's just like 2 players. When we're looking at, look at this list. Since 2015, and some of these guys never made a defensive team, and I'm going to point them out. 2015. None of these until right now, 2024. None of these guys have been on the defensive team. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Joker, Luka, SGA, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, Harden, and Westbrook. And there's probably more. I probably missed some other superstars. But there's no excuse for these guys not to even be on a second team in 9 freaking seasons. And I know people, oh man, you started 2015. LeBron was on there from 2009 to 2014. And that's another thing when I was looking at it. It took LeBron all the way until 2009 just to make a damn defensive team? Really? Well, 2008, 2009. I'm pretty sure it was 2009. It took him all the way until that time to make a defensive team? And he came in the league in 2003? What the hell was this guy doing? Old-ass Bruce Bowen in 2007. What was it, 2007 or 2008? Made a defensive team and LeBron didn't. Old-ass Bruce Bowen. What are we talking about? Bruce Bowen was a joke in the 90s, in the early 90s, when he came in. He got sent the hell around to all these damn Euro leagues and everything. Turned out to be a respectable player in the late 90s. But damn, man. These are all your superstars who can't even make a defensive team. This is nuts. And look, I'll go over the names again who never made a defensive team in their career. Kevin Durant, Curry, Joker, Luka, SGA, Kyrie, Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, Harden, Westbrook. Maybe I might gotta go look back at Karl Anthony Towns. I didn't see him on there. But yeah, this is a disgrace, man. And this is why nobody takes the NBA serious no more. And why should we? Why should we? It's your best players don't even play second tier great defense. When we talk about second tier, we're talking about a defensive second team. It's ridiculous, but they keep giving all these new awards out. Teammate who gave the best hug, teammate who patted you on the back, teammate who inspired you award. I mean, like, man, it's just getting too fruity for me. Nobody plays defense. And these other guys from the past, they had to do so much more just to get an MVP, just to win championships, just to be considered the great. They just had to do so much more versus what Joker has to do. And nobody's there to stop Joker from a rebound. Nobody's under the basket. Tell me what you think.